So, there I was, knee-deep in mud on my lake, staring down Karen Mitchell, our HOA president, who just declared my 12 acres of water a community treasure, like she was Christopher Columbus claiming the New World. Yeah, that's happened. Karen, perched on a folding chair like a queen, live streaming her nonsense while her cronies fished in my water, acting like I didn't exist. Let me tell you, that moment hit me like a brick to the face, and I knew this wasn't just a misunderstanding, this was war. I'm Mike Thompson, just a guy who bought this lake in Willow Creek 5 years ago from an old rancher named Hank. He sold me the deed, the water rights, everything, and threw in a warning: Mike, greedy folks who come for this lake. Let the water teach em who's boss. I didn't get it then, but watching Karen and her HOA pals Tom Reynolds and Lisa Carter treat my property like a public park, Hank's words started to click. Karen was midstream, preaching about shared resources, while Tom, usually a decent guy, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Lisa was hammering a sign into the mud: Willow Creek Community Fishing Area. The audacity. I walked over, trying to keep it cool. Folks, this is private property. You gotta go. Karen barely glanced up, flashing that HOA smack. Mike, we've done our research. State law says this water's for the community. She waved some paper like it was a royal decree. I stared, dumbfounded, at this woman so confidently wrong. Tom shuffled, avoiding my eyes. Lisa kept hammering. I pulled out my phone, recording, sensing I'd need proof. You got paperwork saying you own this? I asked, voice steady. Karen's grin widened, which somehow made it worse. Mike, we don't need the land to use the water. That's not how it works here. It felt like I'd stepped into a fever dream where people could just claim your stuff. Hank's voice echoed, don't show your hand too early. Karen thought I was some clueless schmuck. Oh, she was in for a surprise. Karen, last chance, leave my property, I said, pocketing my phone. She stood, brushing off her yoga pants, and shot me a look that could curdle milk. We'll be back tomorrow, Mike, and every day after. This lake's ours now. Call our lawyers if you want. That threat told me everything. Karen wasn't just pushy, she was a bully. As they left, she left that sign like a taunt. Tom gave a weak shrug but followed her. I noted her SUV's realtor plates. Curious. The quiet after they left felt heavy, like a storm brewing. Up the mountain, an old dam was about to become my secret weapon. I called Tom next morning. He's a solid neighbor, despite his HOA ties, and when I said I wanted in on their next meeting, he tipped me off. Thursday night, the community center was packed, and Karen was in her element, unveiling a model resort cabins, spa, marina, all around my lake, now Lake Mitchell. My stomach dropped. This wasn't a whim, she'd been plotting for months. In her power suit, she pitched, this'll boost your property values 20-30% a destination, not just a lake. The crowd ate it up, but Tom raised his hand. What about Mike's deed? Karen didn't blink. He owns the land, not the water. We've got law on our side. She waved papers like they were sacred. Then I saw a map, red dots on properties around my lake. My husband's firm secured those parcels cheap, she added. It clicked, her husband was buying land on the sly, using my lake to build their empire. This was no community project, it was a heist. The room voted for water access, only Tom and a couple others against it. As folks left, dreaming of riches, I heard Karen whisper, we deal with Mike fast. Game on. Friday, I drove to the dam, a 1945 beast hidden in oaks. Hank showed me how it controlled my lake's water. One will turn, and I owned the flow. His logbook's last entry read, greedy folks want this lake. Let water teach them. It nurtures or punishes. I grinned, turning the wheel to cut the flow 30%, just enough to rattle them. By afternoon, Tom called, worried. Mike, the lake's dropping. Karen's losing it. I played dumb. Seasonal, maybe. Nature's funny. That night, Karen was at the lake, measuring water like a mad scientist, muttering about sabotage. Someone's messing with our lake, she hissed. I smiled. She had no clue I'd already reset the dam. The water would be back by morning, leaving her chasing shadows. But Karen didn't quit. Saturday, she rode in with a circus chairs, fishing gear, at the community lake banner, pro cameras for her outreach. Dressed like a CEO camper, she spewed about community rights. Then the wind sent her banner into the lake, and she waded in, designer boots ruined, face like thunder. Time for my move. I set up a speaker and played her HOA meeting audio, boasting about Lake Mitchell Resort than her husband's shady deals. Her face went white. Tom stormed over. Karen, a resort. What's this? She stammered, out of context, but her crew started bailing. She pointed at me, all drama. Mike, I know you're sabotaging our lake. I stepped closer, calm. Karen, you'll see who controls the water soon. Keep your investors ready. She planted another sign, glaring. She didn't know I tweaked the dam again. Lesson incoming. Thursday's emergency HOA meeting was a zoo. Karen's PowerPoint screamed, environmental sabotage, her graphs nonsense. This isn't natural, it's an attack. Her expert nodded like a puppet. Tom stood, fed up. Show us the legal docs, Karen. Her smile wavered. We are fighting terrorism, not paperwork. The room laughed. Tom grabbed her folder, exposing blog post, Wikipedia, a blank form. Then, a letter from her own lawyers, I own the land and water. Silence. Karen screamed, I'll sue Mike into the ground. Her mask was gone. She was a thief, not a leader. I stood. Karen, bring your investors Saturday. They'll see who's boss. She stormed out, yelling, you're a fraud. Tom nodded at me. We had allies. Saturday was Karen's investment day, a glitzy life fest with a DJ, tents, kayaks. She pitched Lake Mitchell Resort to rich investors, all champagne and dreams. Not just real estate lifestyle. They kayaked, the crown jewel. I watched from the trees, phone ready. One tap, and the dam's remote system sent a surge, not dangerous, just chaotic. Kayaks rocked, banners floated, the DJ's gear fried. Investors screamed, phones sank. Karen's mic broadcast her panic, this can't happen. She slipped in mud, landing hard. An investor, stuck in muck, yelled, this is your resort. It's a swamp. I strode out, camera on. Trouble, Karen. She spun, livid. You did this. I shrugged. Just managing my dam. You forgot to check who controls the water. Tom arrived with my deeds and that lawyer letter, handing them to investors, who left, muttering a fraud. Karen's husband, Greg, showed up, cold. Susan, I warned you. I'm divorcing you and sold those properties. No jail for me. Karen's scream echoed as her empire crumbled. I called 911, reporting fraud. Officer Daniels reviewed my docs. You stole his lake, lied to investors, and called him the criminal. Karen's protest died. Tom handed over investor statements and recordings. Karen's own words buried her. She faced fraud and trespassing charges. As police took her away, I reopened the dam, the lake refilling like magic. Tom and I watched later, the sunset on the water. She dug her own grave, he said. The paper ran, Willow Creek dries up, neighbors apologized, and Tom, now HOA president, passed transparent rules. I let kids fish a corner of the lake, with rules. My daughter, Emma, cast their weekends, learning. Watching her, I get it. Some think money or titles let them take what's yours. Real power. Knowing your rights, staying patient, and letting greed implode. Karen learned that in the mud. What do you think? Did Karen deserve it, or did I go too far? Comment below. Ever fought an HOA bully or a schemer? I read everyone. Like if you enjoyed this justice tale, and subscribe for more stories of regular folks taking down the untouchable. What's your take on standing up for what's yours? Let's hear it.